Welcome to our channel. The early morning bugle was not just a sound. It was heartbeat of her childhood. Years later it still echoed in her memories like a soft whisper of strength. She was only 10 when she entered the gates of Sainik School, her heart pounding. Her eyes searched for comfort in the new world of uniforms and unfamiliar faces. Girls in neat line shoes shining like pride, hair tied like hope. That's where she first felt what discipline meant. Solid, silent, and scared. The barracks were cold yet warm, with laughter and silent cries at night. She was not alone. Every girl was learning to hold her tears like a soldier. The mess food was not mom's curry, but it taught her gratitude. Eating together built a stronger bond. Her seniors were not just strict, they were stories in motion. She learned respect not from fear but from watching them rise. Push ups at dawn, marches before sunrise, and still she smiled. She was becoming something. Someone even she could not define then. Her best friend Ria shared her dreams and blankets on cold nights. Together they whispered promises to never forget each other. Exams were not just about marks, they were about managing stress with grace. She learned that courage is not in shouting but is in not giving up. One day she fell during a drill, her knee bleeding, her pride stung. Her instructor said, "Wipe it, girl, wounds don't define warriors." And from that day she stopped counting pain, she counted growth. The medals did not always come, but effort did every single day. Letters from home were gold, every word a lifeline. At bedtime, her own strength became her anchor. She remembered sneaking a diary under the blanket to pen her thoughts. National anthem at parade ground filled her eyes before it filled the air. She stood taller each day not just by inches but by spirit. Sundays meant cleaning shoes, dorms, and hearts resetting for the week. And those silly gossip sessions, they were therapy in disguise. She once feared being shouted at, later she welcomed it. It meant someone cared. The school taught her that correction is not rejection but refinement. Her PT teacher said, "The battlefield is not always a war zone, it's life." She believed him, and that belief carried her through adult storms. The library was her escape, books were battles she could win. She read about women leaders and whispered, "Someday that will be me." Farewell came too soon with tears tucked under smiles. They sang, those were the days, hands clenched, hearts heavy. Now, years later, she stands before a batch of young girls in uniform. She is not just an alumna, she is their mirror, their future. Of how failure, fear, and fatigue are stepping stones. Her name might have changed now, but in her heart, she is still the cadet in ponytails and purpose. She finds Ria's old letter in a trunk, faded ink but fresh feelings. "We will meet again someday where our dreams began," it read. She smiles. They met last winter, both wearing their old badges. The parade ground is silent now, but it echoes inside her. Every corner of the campus whispers, "You have come far, girl." She credits her grit not to success but to the school that demanded more. More heart, more hustle, more hope. When people ask her what made her strong, she does not name achievements. She says a school where mornings began before the sun. Her juniors message her now, "You inspire us." And she replies, "You are the story now, write it bold." Life outside never understood the magic of standing in formation, of obeying not for fear but for belonging. She missed her Alma's Saint muddy tracks and dry wind. It smelt like ambition. Her daughter now ties her shoelaces the same way she once did. She teaches her not just to walk but to march. There are no fairy tales in Sainik School, only raw, real stories carved with sweat. But is that not better? A fairy tale may end, but grit rides forever. She had a voice now, calm and commanding. Years of drills taught her more than debate podiums. Once shy, she now faces boardrooms with battlefield ease. Every no makes her recall her cadet days when no meant try again. She met her old warden last year. Stubborn, the warden joked. "No, just sharper," she smiled. They laughed like old comrades do. Friendship forged in barracks never rusts. It ages into loyalty deeper than anything. She never feared failures because she faced many. She just saluted them and moved on. The school song still makes her emotional. Not because it was perfect, but because it was hers. Those early morning races, wet grass, sleepy eyes, heavy legs. That is where resilience was born. Once she fainted in parade but stood again next morning. That was her silent vote to never bow to weakness. Her memories are medals more precious than any trophy. Some gleam, some blur, but all shine inside. The dorm nickname Tornado still makes her blush. She used to snore and laugh the loudest. She was not perfect, but she was honest. And honest effort is all Sainik School ever demanded. To fall, rise, and march again. She often walks alone now but never feels lonely. Her friends from school walk silently beside her always. When fear comes knocking, she hears the drill master's wise move, and she does. Her wardrobe still has her old uniform wrapped in mothballs, not discarded, just resting. She dreams of starting scholarship for girls from remote towns to give them what she was once gifted, a future post in fire. Her Sainik School did not just prepare her for life, it became her life's spine. Girls with dreams walked in, warriors walked out. They did not cry for comforts, they created them. They did not seek safety, they earned strength. She now writes her story one paragraph at a time, but her chapter began in a school that demanded discipline. She tells girls today courage is not loud, it's loyal. Be loyal to your dreams. Her salute is not to the flag alone, it's to the sisterhood, the spirit, the silent grind. People may not get it. That's okay, they were not there. She was there and she will always carry it. Not on her sleeves, but in her strides. Not in her voice, but in her choices. Those were the days, my friend. But these are the results. That little girl with heavy boots, she now builds runways for others to take off. No medals today, no parades. But she walks with the pride of 1,000 salutes. Because she is still a cadet in soul, in strength, in silence. The school did not teach her to chase success. It taught her to stand tall in failure. Life tested her with choices tougher than obstacle courses. But her alma taught her clarity comes through courage, not comfort. And that lesson became her compass in the storms of life. Now, when she sees a young girl hesitate, she steps forward. Be fierce, be firm, be you, she says with a knowing smile. The mirror today does not show medals. It shows a woman shaped by mud, grit, and memory. And in that reflection, the little cadet quietly salutes, memories being more precious than medals and trophy. Subscribe to the channel for more videos. Thank you for watching.